Whoa! What's up, guys? So, before we get into everything, I want to break down some math for you real quick I was doing. If you miss one meal a week for a whole year, you know, people think it's not a big deal, but you end up missing out on 26,000 calories. Now, what if you miss one meal a day for a year? You miss out on 182,500 calories. The human body, man, it works on calories. Building muscle, running your metabolism, making sure everything is healthy. You're missing out on all of those nutrients. 182,500 calories because you're skipping a meal every day. And we all know most of you don't eat your meals all day, man. Even that one meal, you're missing out on a tremendous amount of growth. Even just some quick math as I'm ranting, if you're missing one meal a day for a month, dude, you're missing out on 5 times 7, 35, freaking 8. Wow, I can't do math that fast. But you get what I'm saying. A lot of calories. So, moral of the story there, God, especially if you're trying to grow, if you're a bodybuilder, an athlete, and you're trying to improve on your game, your sport, your physique, whatever it is, man, and you're missing meals, just remember that when you're on that bodybuilding stage, when you're on that court playing basketball, or hell, even if you're a golfer, and the guy you're going up against isn't missing meals, you know, his tendon strength, his swing, everything is going to be that much more elevated compared to yours, simply because he's doing the work that you're not doing. You know? It's a marathon, not a sprint. And if some crazy catastrophe happens and you miss a meal one day, you know, it's not great, but you should be ashamed about it. You should feel guilty because it is your fault. You know, you could have stuffed something down. You could have had some more calories earlier in the day. You could have planned your day better. But when you continuously make those mistakes to the point where, you know, people say they want to eat 6 meals a day, right? And let's just say they only end up getting 5 in a day for the most part. It's like, well, then they just have like a 5 meal a day program after that. It's like, well, man, you don't have a 5 meal a day program. You have a 6 meal a day program, and you keep fucking it up. You know, that's really what's going on here. The goal of the program, that everything didn't change because you executed it poorly. It's no, you're making mistakes, you know. So if you know somebody who's skimping out of their meals, send this to them. Give them a harsh reality check, you know. If you're skipping on your meals, save this video for yourself, because I should be in your ear 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, yelling at you for your food. Let's talk about what I ate today. So we're 3 meals deep so far, right? So far it was, first meal, 14 egg whites, 2 cups of chocolate milk. Second meal, I had 8 ounces of turkey, 2 cups of white rice, and 8 ounces of pineapple juice. Third meal, 2 cups of pasta, another 14 egg whites. I like a fast digesting protein right before I come to the gym. And then I cut out the Pop-Tarts and I replaced them with Chips Ahoy lately. There's a reason for that. You know, I like to eat super clean. You know, I stay away from seed oils and all that garbage, and I, you know, cook everything in butter for the most part. Now, obviously, when we're trying to bulk up and we have a little bit of dirty food in our diet, there's going to be some crappy chemicals and nonsense in there, and a little bit's fine. It's not going to kill you. But when I was just looking for like quick sugar before the workout, man, and I'm looking at the ingredients on the Pop-Tarts, and I'm like, and I like the ice cream sundae ones. You ever have those? They're delicious. But because of the sprinkles, there's like red 40 in there and all these food dyes, and I'm like, man, I don't need to be consuming that every day. So I'm like, let's go with the healthier option, the Chips Ahoy. So I gotta eat 6 cookies instead of 2 Pop-Tarts, which, to tell you the truth, is a little bit easier to eat anyway, so it's kind of a win-win. That worked out pretty well. But, and we're not even halfway through our food for the day. That's more food than most people eat in a day, period. Man, they have their protein cut in half. Let's just say somebody eats half as much protein as I do, right? They're eating 4 ounces a meal. I've eaten, nutrient-wise, calorie-wise, definitely more carbohydrate-wise, protein-wise, amino acid-wise, by, today's a late start to the day, but usually I have that down by 10 a.m. It's like 12 right now. I've eaten what they're going to consume all day, 3 meals, so if they had 6 by 10 a.m. And honestly, when we're talking about people skipping meals, they don't eat their 6 meals. They eat 5, they eat 4, 3 in a snack or a shake or some nonsense. So in terms of, hey, who is going to be the better athlete? Is it the guy who's getting over twice as many nutrients all day from quality sources? Or is it the guy who's, I'm not in the mood for a meal right now, or maybe later, I'll have it when I get home. And then they get home from the gym and, 2 hours goes by, like, oh, I forgot to eat. You forgot to eat, motherfucker. That's what this whole thing is. Anybody can work out for an hour. And let's just assume that these people that skip meals are training as hard as I am. Or you are, if you're watching this and you eat all your meals. Fucking, that's off to you, baby. But let's just say these meal skippers. Can't trust a meal skipper, man. Can't trust a meal skipper. But let's just say these meal skippers are training exactly as hard as you, which is impossible because they don't have as many nutrients, as much energy. Quite literally, calories are energy. K-joules, right? They literally don't have as much energy to work out as you do. They might feel better one day because they slept and you didn't, but in terms of energy through the body, they don't have as much to expend because they're running on fumes. Now, once again, argument's sake, they work out exactly as hard as you do, to a T, right? Rep for rep, set for set, second for second of time and attention for everything. Your results are going to be so astronomically better because of everything you eat. It's not about what you do in that hour in the gym, hour and a half in the gym, whatever. It's what you do in the kitchen, the other 23 hours of the day. That's what makes an actual difference. That's what makes you a champion, first of all. That's what makes you a threat to society. Where they look at you and they go, oh shit, who's that guy? And the ladies look at you and they go, oh shit, he scares me. And that's the reaction you want, man. That's the reaction you want. One of the funniest reactions I'll get all the time, and it's not somebody saying anything to me, obviously. It's when you're jacked up, and you're in a grocery store, and you see like a little kid just staring at you, because they don't understand you shouldn't stare at people, but they just wide-eyed, what's that? You gotta throw them off, start pick pop, you know what I mean? So just hit them most muscular real quick. You see their freaking spinny cap just go all around. Crazy world, man. Crazy world we live in. But moral of that story is, then we'll get into the workout, is don't be a meal skipper. You can never trust a meal skipper. Because, man, if they're cheating themselves, they'll cheat you. They'll cheat on you. It's like when I do business with people, good life lesson I use. If somebody's going to be cheating on their wives, their spouses, or any of that shit, you know, that's not somebody you want to do business with, because they say they love that person, they cherish that person, they're always with them. And they say they're not going to cheat on you, or they're not going to screw you over in a deal. But, you know, they're screwing over their wife, or their, you know, putting their kids' happiness on the line for the future because of divorce and all that shit. Man, can't trust cheaters in any regard. You know, they're cheating on their wives, they're cheating on their diets, they're cheating on their kids. They're probably petting other dogs, those sons of bitches, right? So be you, the best you can freaking be, man. That was my fault, I shouldn't have done that. I'll own that one. I should have let him go in front of me. But, anyway, be you, be the best you can freaking be. Don't cheat on your reps, don't cheat on your diet, don't cheat on petting your dog. Probably shouldn't cheat on your girl. Not a great idea. Wouldn't recommend it. And you know, on that note, guys, I'm not sure if you can tell by the camera. Probably not at all. But we're making that big last turn onto the last parkway. Take it over to the freaking gym. So as soon as I finish this turn, we're slamming that pre-workout. Alrighty. Let's get it. My allergies is still beating me up, by the way, in case I sound a little funky. Cheers. Ooh, okay. Alrighty. And you know what? We're going to be there in a moment. I'll see you guys inside, and let's freaking get it, baby. Alright, so we're on the red incline press machine. We finished up dumbbell presses so far. Great PR. Decline hammer presses. Great. Another freaking PR today. More weight, more weight. I'm going to take you through the actual progression of what I do on this. So this is the warm-up set right now. Slap a plate on there. Not heavy. Really in the slightest bit. But more importantly, just warms up everything in that area that didn't get touched as much as I'd like it to with the dumbbell press and the decline hammers. You know, once again with my chest, you guys know I have to be very cautious with it. So I have great chest development. The pecs, they pop, but you know, I like to make sure it stays that way. So warm-up set, 10 reps, no problem. Go to the prop set, then the work set. Whenever you're trying to figure out how wide to grab too, this is another good note. When you go stupid wide, it ends up loading your bicep a lot, right? So come in, so when you're at the bottom, it's about 90 degrees. Ooh. There we go. Thanks. Good. Take a second, rest. I'm going to load the prop set weight on and continue from there. So, we don't need a crazy amount of rest in between the warm-up set and the prop set. Took about a minute or so, nothing to write home about, nothing to take a nap for. I'll grab this weight, slap the quarter on each side, with a plate and a quarter, which is going to be 50% of what I do for my max work set. Grab this for 8 reps, nothing crazy, and then it's time for the big boy set. That's the one we take a lot of rest before we go into it. You know, it's funny how, so that set looks so much smoother than last time. When you're hitting a different angle, it's amazing how important that warm-up set is, because your body's just not quite adjusted to exerting pressure at that angle for that moment, if that makes sense. So once you have that warm-up set under your belt, you can explode a lot more comfortably. Alrighty. We got enough set, got enough rest. Maybe not enough rest, I'm mixing up my words. But, we're ready to death for it, baby. Let's go. 1. Woo. 3. Woo. Woo. I felt a little something weird in here, and it's been very tight lately, so I wasn't pushing that. That's what I mean by, every time I've ever gotten an injury, freaking knock on wood, every injury I've ever gotten has always been my pecs. Right over here, right over here. So I push what I can to total balls out failure, but when something like that happens where it's saying no, I back off. Because if I injure it for this one set, it's not worth 3 months of not doing it. 3 months or more of not really hitting my pecs. I had a really bad tear last March, and it was right here. That strength maybe came back to 100% a few months ago. 8 months of much slower pec development than it should have been because of one set. But I need to start going to see a PT on a regular basis to really dig everything out, stretch me out, and just make sure my muscles stay loose and limber. It was supposed to be, because it's getting to that point now in my lifting career. Something I've always said was, I'll tell you in the posing room, because just in case you hear the music and stuff, it's a pretty interesting concept. I don't want to have it all jambled with slamming weights and such. Whew, on the dumbbell flies. Ooh. Chest day is finished, baby. So, whew, man, we had a great one. Oh, excuse me. Hiccups. Hiccups of gains. That's what happens when you eat all your meals, people. Cross the bear. But anyway, we got a PR on the dumbbell presses today. PR on the decline hammer. Whew. Incline went smooth as it could have gone, but we did the right thing. Dumbbell fly is perfect. Hex press is perfect. Freaking low cross cable is perfect. Whew. And without further ado, let's see what it translates over to, man. I was gonna get stuck on my glutes. I can feel it already. Oh. Okay. Yeah, we're seeing some some life back in our body, man. Ooh. What I was talking about before on the on that incline piece was, it's funny how we can perceive ourselves, because what do you call it? I'm out of breath. You look at people that say, I have to get PT work done once a week for maintenance and things like that, and it's always these, pro athletes. But there comes to a point where, you train the same as they do, you eat the same as they do. The only difference is you don't have that title yet. And I say yet. So it's like, in terms of the body is concerned, you're at the same caliber as them. But you just don't have that nameplate title, right? So what's funny is, I always look at that, I'm like, oh, I'm not ready to be somebody who needs PT yet. I'm not a pro or anything like that. And somebody, I don't remember who it was, They said to me, they're like, dude, you are. You need it. You absolutely need it. You train like them, exactly what I just told you. You train like them, eat like them, you work like them. You go, only difference is you're missing that title, man. And you'll get it. You know, it's gonna come soon, very soon. But it's funny when we, got shirtless philosophy, fucking, that's a new one, right? That's some Greek philosopher level shit. I just need a toga, and I'm good. But it's amazing when you just look at it in that aspect. And you realize, like, hold on a second, that is where I'm at, and these guys were exactly in my place before somebody just gave them a title. How's the back? Oh yeah, we're coming back to life, baby. Ooh, what about the leggies? Oh, they're springing back too. Everything's springing back to life. This is great. Okay. Oh, we have some serious plans for these next few months, baby. I'm gonna be 260 by summer, I believe. That's the plan, at least. And I mean, like, midsummer, something like that. Hang on there, get better and better and better, and then at some point next year, we're going pro. And on that note, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.